What's up, guys and gals? Spartan Steve here, showing you the full character creation stages to create your character in the long-awaited Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2. Definitely a huge upgrade with character customization and creation from the previous games, and this video is only showing character creation and how it improved from the previous games. There will be no spoilers like the beginning campaign. And let's go jump straight into that. There's going to be a loading screen that we're going to skip for the purpose of this video, and you're going to pick your character culture. We're just going to go over on what it's going to do for you rather than like the lore, but if you click the Vlandians, you'll get 20% more upgrade for troops per battles. The Sturgians will give you 20% less speed penalty from snow. The Empire, 20 construction speed bonus to town projects. Azeroi will give you 30% cheaper to build caravans and 10% less trade penalty. The Accusites, which I totally just said wrong, will give you 10% extra speed for horsemen. The Petanians will give you 10% less speed penalty to parties for forest. For the purposes of this, we're just going to pick the Vlandians for 20% more experience for troops in battle. The character customization allows you to no longer look like a flat potato from RuneScape. Definitely a huge improvement into the guards with like everything. The voices, the voice pitch, charge! Height, you could really play around with the voice pitch and really build the character that way that you want. Similar to like Fallout 4, you're not going to click like a generic face. You could choose the complete features of the face. You could really put into some detail there. If you put scars on your character, obviously that's going to stay forever, and the war paint will as well for the duration of your playthrough with that character, so be aware of that as well. Just to show some of the random types that if you click random all, it will literally give you so many different creations that you could do. You could really customize your character to make your character display out, and you could also do it with how your character would look like on some armor. You could really make your character distinct. Huge upgrade from the previous games. This right here is where the detail comes in on how you're going to build your character. You're going to get to the choose your family screen, and you're going to select like what you're going to do, like what you were but as you grew up. But before you do that, you may want to take a look at all the stats here. This is extreme key on how you want to build your character. So under Vigor, you're going to have one hand, two hand, pole arms. They're all going to be under Vigor, so obviously if you want to do melee, you need to plug in some Vigor. Under Control, you will have your archery. You're going to have your bow, you're going to have your crossbow, and you're going to have throwing. Under Endurance, which is key here, is going to be for riding, is going to be for athletics and smithing. I'll be doing a more in-depth video about smithing, but under Cunning, you're going to have your scouting on how to see people on the map, on how to follow them. There'll be tracks on the ground on the campaign map. Under Tactics, it's going to be how you command your troops. And finally Roguery, which will be like bribing guards to get into like dungeons, and how to sell your prisoners if you're into that sort of thing. Under Social, you're going to have Charm, which how to like talk to lords. That will be key later on in the game when you start to build up your renown. Leadership for like the morale of your troops, which definitely be helpful to have that high up. And trade, easier to sell items, and have your caravans when you get up to caravans, and how that will improve as well. Intelligence is going to give you some nice ones here for Steward on how you're going to monitor your own fiefs, castles. Medicine will provide on how fast you could heal and your party if you are the clan leader, if you don't assign a role for that in your clan. And engineering later in the game for when you start to build siege machines. Now with all of that, you are going to want to decide on how you're going to build your character, with how everything you're going to pick with choosing your family. It's going to be key when you click choose your family to see how you're going to start off in the game. You could level everything. There is more than one page, but under Baron Retainers, you'll have a 10 skill level and 1 focus point to riding and polearms, and 1 attribute to social. Urban Merchants, you'll have a 10 skill level and 1 focus point to trade and charm, 1 attribute point to intelligence. Human, you'll have a 10 skill level and 1 focus point to polearm and crossbow, 1 attribute point to endurance. Blacksmith, 10 skill level, 1 focus point to smithing. Things like that is what you're going to decide on, and there are many cards here. I'm not going to read every single one of them, but it's going to provide how you're going to build your character. How I'm going to just show you here today is I'm going to show you on how to level a high vigor character. And here you are. Here's baby you. And when you click blacksmith here, that's how you're going to start looking like, and then you're going to start picking how you were as a child, what you were noted for. No one's going to say any of this to you as of right now, like in the game, but you're going to select on how you're going to want to build your character. So with getting to the second page here, you could almost see on how you could start building everything, make it easier for you to level everything. Welcome to choosing your puberty. You're going to pretty much have the same amount of selections that you'll have on each page and present your character on the direction that you want to go in. Choose your youth. Now, as you can see, my character is starting to develop what armor he has, and you are going to start off with a horse, which is awesome. But, as you can see, I have a bunch of arrows on my back. So if you have a couple into bow or crossbow, that is the starting range weapon that you're going to have. So if you click join the skirmishers, and it builds up some throwing there. If throwing is more is at 2 over archery, you're going to start off with some throwing weapons. I already have 2 into 2 hands, so I should normally start with a 2-handed weapon, but you could get a 2-handed polearm then, as well, depending on what now the selections that you're going to make here. Choose your young adulthood. Now you can see that this is going to really start to level everything, and you could get 3 almost into a skill point if you click like defeat an enemy in battle and you start leveling up in 2-hand, which the higher the skill level, the easier it will be to level that skill. It will level higher for you. So if you want to start to be like a brute, which what I'm making here, like a gigantic barbarian, you could absolutely do that. Choose your story background. There you are, your fully developed character, and your brother on the right, and you'll make your final selection here, before naming your character. Here you are at the final stage here. You can see your full character build with the very stupid name, but you could just definitely see everything that you selected and could absolutely go back. You can click the back tab there where it says on the bottom next to next, and you'll be able to reselect everything and go through the stages once again. Just as a quick heads up, when you enter your name, you can't put any spaces. You have to put one solid name. You'll be able to pick your last name or your surname later as you progress in the game, but just put your first name here for now. So it's not even going to let you move forward if you put what I just put there. Just put one solid name, your first name, whatever name that you like to make characters for, and move forward from there. This is the final screen on how you're going to choose your difficulty here. When you click start game, that's it. No more customizing the character. Just very easy, and normal right now. You can enable death, which means you're going to be reloading, and you won't get captured if you lose. And you could also pick auto allocate clan member perks, so that just does that for you, and then you're going to select start game. I hope this video on character customization helps you guys decide on what character and build you want to make when you start playing the game. Have a wonderful time playing.